Welcome back, seekers of the strange and the supernatural, to Whispers in the Dark, your haunted storytelling channel where history meets horror. If you've been following along, you know we've already scratched the surface of Florida's eerie underbelly in part 1 of our series on the most haunted places in the Sunshine State. From the spectral streets of St. Augustine to the cursed swamps of Okeechobee, we uncovered tales that sent shivers down spines and left audiences questioning what lies beyond the veil. But if you thought Florida's haunted history ended there, think again. In this second installment, we're diving even deeper into the shadows of the state's past, exploring locations so steeped in tragedy and terror that they defy explanation and imagination. Florida is more than just palm trees, pristine beaches, and theme parks. It's a land shaped by centuries of conflict, conquest, and catastrophe. Beneath its sun-drenched surface lies a darker narrative, a tapestry woven with stories of Native American spirits, shipwrecked sailors, vengeful ghosts, and restless souls trapped between worlds. This isn't just a place where people live, it's a place where history lingers, refusing to be forgotten. Whether it's the remnants of Civil War battles, the scars of colonialism, or the secrets buried beneath its sprawling wetlands, Florida holds mysteries that continue to haunt those who dare to explore them. In Part 2, we'll journey into some of the most chilling and lesser-known corners of the Sunshine State. We'll step inside asylums where madness still echoes through empty halls, wander through hotels where luxury masks unspeakable horrors, and delve into natural landscapes where the line between beauty and terror blurs. Each location carries its own unique brand of dread, offering glimpses into the lives and deaths that have left their mark on these grounds. Along the way, we'll hear first-hand accounts from witnesses, examine evidence gathered by paranormal investigators, and unravel the legends that keep these places alive in infamy. So grab your flashlight, steel your nerves, and prepare for an unforgettable descent into the unknown. As we peel back the layers of Florida's haunted history, one thing becomes clear: the Sunshine State isn't always sunny. Sometimes it casts long, ominous shadows, and those shadows are waiting for us. Let's begin. St. Augustine Lighthouse, a beacon of light and darkness perched atop Anastasia Island, overlooking the shimmering waters of Matanzas Bay. The St. Augustine Lighthouse stands as both a guiding light for mariners and a gateway to the supernatural. Built in 1874, this iconic structure has weathered hurricanes, wars, and the relentless march of time, yet its true legacy lies not in its function but in its folklore. Beneath its towering silhouette lies a labyrinth of ghostly tales that have captivated visitors for generations, making it one of Florida's most haunted landmarks, and one of its most mysterious. The origins of the lighthouse's haunting trace back to its construction, which was marred by tragedy almost from the start. According to local legend, 2 young girls, daughters of the lighthouse keeper, met a grisly end during the building process when a cart carrying heavy materials slipped and plunged into the water below. Though efforts were made to save them, the girls drowned before help could arrive. Their untimely deaths are said to have imbued the site with an aura of sorrow, drawing their spirits back to haunt the very place where their lives were cut short. Visitors frequently report seeing apparitions of 2 small figures playing near the base of the lighthouse or skipping hand in hand along the catwalk. Some claim to hear faint giggles carried on the ocean breeze, while others describe feeling tiny hands tugging at their clothing as though inviting them to join in the fun. But the ghostly presence at St. Augustine Lighthouse extends far beyond the playful spirits of the 2 girls. Over the years, countless reports have surfaced of otherworldly encounters involving shadowy figures, disembodied voices, and inexplicable phenomena. One of the most enduring legends centers around a mysterious woman dressed in Victorian-era attire who is often seen ascending the spiral staircase leading to the lantern room. Dubbed the Lady in White by locals, she is believed to be the spirit of a former lighthouse keeper's wife who met her demise under tragic circumstances. Witnesses describe her as ethereal, her form flickering like candlelight as she glides silently upward. On several occasions, staff members have reported finding the door to the lantern room locked from the inside despite no one being present within. When questioned about the incident, skeptics argue that drafts or shifting temperatures could account for such anomalies, but believers insist that the Lady in White guards her domain jealously, ensuring that intruders remain unwelcome. For those brave enough to climb the 219 steps to the top of the lighthouse, the experience can be both exhilarating and unnerving. Many visitors recount feeling a sudden drop in temperature as they ascend, accompanied by an oppressive sense of being watched. Some claim to see shadowy figures darting across the walls or hear footsteps echoing above them, even though no one else is nearby. Others describe hearing whispers emanating from the darkness, though the words remain unintelligible. Perhaps most unsettling are the accounts of personal belongings mysteriously moving or disappearing altogether. Cameras, phones, and notebooks have reportedly vanished without explanation, only to reappear hours later in unexpected locations, or never resurface at all. Paranormal investigators have long been drawn to the St. Augustine Lighthouse, eager to document its spectral activity using advanced tools and techniques. Infrared cameras and audio recording devices have captured compelling evidence suggesting the presence of unexplained phenomena. EVP recordings revealed disembodied voices speaking in hushed tones, while thermal imaging footage captures fleeting heat signatures appearing and vanishing without warning. One particularly chilling episode involved a team member who set up a camera overnight near the base of the lighthouse. Upon reviewing the footage the next morning, they discovered a translucent figure standing motionless in front of the lens, its face obscured by shadow. When approached, the figure dissolved into mist, leaving behind only silence. What makes the St. Augustine Lighthouse uniquely terrifying is its ability to evoke primal fears. The isolation of its coastal setting, combined with the vertigo-inducing height of its tower, creates an environment ripe for psychological unease. For those who dare to visit after dark, the experience is akin to stepping into a nightmare, one where the line between reality and illusion blurs dangerously. Shadows stretch unnaturally, sounds distort unpredictably, and the very air seems charged with static electricity. Yet, amid the terror lies a poignant reminder of humanity's fragility. Each creak of the wooden stairs, each groan of the aging beams, serves as a testament to the countless lives shaped, or ended, by this historic beacon. Today, the St. Augustine Lighthouse offers guided tours and paranormal investigations, allowing visitors to engage with its haunted history in a tangible way. Whether you're climbing its spiraling staircase, wandering its shadowy grounds, or simply gazing out at the moonlit sea, the lighthouse demands respect, not just for its architectural grandeur, but for the restless souls who call it home. As you stand beneath its towering silhouette and listen to the crash of waves against the shore, remember, the light may guide ships safely to harbor, but it also illuminates the path to something far darker. And should you feel a cold hand brush against yours or catch a glimpse of a figure disappearing into the night, don't turn away. The spirits of St. Augustine Lighthouse are watching, and they're waiting. The Devil's Millhopper, a sinkhole of secrets and specters nestled in the heart of Gainesville, Florida, lies a geological marvel shrouded in mystery and whispered legends, the Devil's Millhopper. This massive sinkhole, plunging 120 feet into the earth, resembles a colossal bowl carved by nature's hand, or perhaps something more sinister. Its steep limestone walls are adorned with lush vegetation, cascading waterfalls, and ancient fossils, creating an otherworldly landscape that feels simultaneously enchanting and foreboding. For centuries, the Millhopper has been a source of fascination for scientists, adventurers, and storytellers alike. But beneath its serene exterior lies a darker narrative, one steeped in superstition, tragedy, and the supernatural. Local folklore paints the Devil's Millhopper as a portal to the underworld, a place where the boundaries between realms blur dangerously. According to legend, the sinkhole earned its ominous name from early settlers who likened its shape to a mill hopper, a funnel used to grind grain, and attributed its creation to none other than the devil himself. They claimed that the cavernous abyss served as a gateway for evil spirits, drawing unsuspecting victims into its depths never to return. Over time, the tales grew more elaborate, incorporating elements of Native American mythology, lost treasure hunts, and ghostly apparitions. To this day, many believe that the Millhopper harbors malevolent forces capable of ensnaring those who venture too close. One of the most enduring legends revolves around the disappearance of livestock and pets in the surrounding area. Farmers in the 19th century reported waking to find their animals missing, with no signs of struggle or tracks leading away from the property. Suspicion quickly fell on the sinkhole, which locals dubbed the Devil's Lair. Human tragedies associated with the Devil's Millhopper add another layer of dread to its haunted reputation. In the early 20th century, a young couple visiting the site reportedly vanished without a trace. Search parties combed the area for weeks, discovering only a single shoe lodged in the mud near the edge of the sinkhole. Decades later, a group of teenagers dared each other to descend into the pit after dark. Only 3 returned, pale and trembling, claiming they had encountered a shadowy figure blocking their path. When pressed for details, they refused to speak further, leaving authorities baffled and sparking rumors of a curse tied to the land. Visitors today often report strange occurrences that defy logical explanation. Hikers traversing the trails around the sinkhole describe feeling an overwhelming sense of dread as they approach, as though unseen eyes are tracking their every move. Some claim to see shadowy figures darting among the trees or hear disembodied whispers carried on the wind. Others describe sudden drops in temperature, accompanied by the sensation of icy fingers brushing against their skin. Most unsettling are the reports of glowing orbs hovering above the sinkhole's rim, pulsating with an unnatural light before vanishing into thin air. Skeptics dismiss these sightings as atmospheric phenomena or tricks of the light, but believers see them as proof of the supernatural forces rumored to inhabit the area. Paranormal investigators have long been drawn to the Devil's Millhopper, intrigued by its reputation as a nexus of residual hauntings. Thermal cameras and audio recorders, researchers have captured intriguing evidence suggesting the presence of unexplained phenomena. EVP recordings reveal faint voices muttering indistinct phrases, while thermal imaging footage shows fleeting heat signatures appearing and disappearing without warning. During one expedition, a team member captured a photograph of what appeared to be a humanoid figure standing near the edge of the sinkhole, its features distorted as though caught mid-transformation. When approached, the figure vanished, leaving behind only the faint scent of sulfur. What sets the Devil's Millhopper apart from other haunted locations is its ability to evoke primal fears. The sheer scale of the sinkhole, combined with its labyrinthine tunnels and hidden alcoves, creates an atmosphere of claustrophobic dread. For those who dare to peer over its edge, the experience is akin to staring into an abyss, one that seems to stare back with equal intensity. Shadows stretch unnaturally, sounds amplify unpredictably, and the very ground beneath your feet feels unstable, as though the earth itself is conspiring to pull you in. Yet, amid the terror lies a profound connection to nature's raw power. The Devil's Millhopper serves as a reminder of humanity's insignificance in the face of geological time and cosmic forces. Every fossil embedded in its walls, every waterfall cascading into its depths, tells a story millions of years old. To explore its haunted grounds is to confront not only the supernatural, but also the enduring legacy of a planet in constant flux. Whether viewed as a sacred site or a cursed chasm, the Devil's Millhopper continues to resonate with the echoes of its past, ensuring that its secrets will never be silenced. For those brave enough to visit, the Devil's Millhopper offers a sobering glimpse into the darker side of Florida's natural beauty, and the price of disturbing forces best left undisturbed. As you stand on its precipice and gaze into the yawning void below, remember, the earth may hold wonders, but it also conceals horrors. And should you hear the faint sound of laughter rising from the depths, heed the warning. The devil is listening. The Carlisle Inn, where luxury masks unseen horrors tucked away in the quaint town of Bartow, Florida, the Carlisle Inn stands as a relic of opulence and refinement, its stately facade belying the sinister secrets hidden within its walls. Built in the late 19th century, this once grand hotel was designed to cater to wealthy travelers and dignitaries seeking respite from the bustling cities of the Northeast. With its sweeping verandas, crystal chandeliers, and meticulously landscaped gardens, the Carlisle Inn exuded an air of sophistication that drew guests from far and wide. Yet behind its polished veneer lies a darker narrative, one steeped in tragedy, betrayal, and the supernatural. Today, the inn is remembered not for its lavish accommodations but for the restless spirits that refuse to leave its halls. The origins of the Carlisle Inn's haunting trace back to its earliest days, when it served as a hub of social activity and clandestine affairs. Wealthy patrons would gather in its opulent ballroom for extravagant soirees, while secret rendezvous unfolded in shadowy corners and secluded suites. Among the most infamous stories is that of Elizabeth Carlyle, the daughter of the inn's original owner. Known for her beauty and charm, Elizabeth became entangled in a forbidden romance with a stable hand named Thomas, much to her father's disapproval. When their relationship was discovered, Thomas was dismissed from his position, and Elizabeth was forbidden from ever seeing him again. Heartbroken and desperate, she took her own life by leaping from the third-floor balcony, her final moments witnessed by horrified guests below. Elizabeth's tragic death marked the beginning of a string of misfortunes that plagued the inn over the decades. Guests reported hearing the sound of a woman sobbing in empty hallways, while others claimed to see a figure in a flowing white gown drifting aimlessly through the corridors. Some described encountering Elizabeth herself, a pale, ethereal apparition who would vanish without a trace when approached. Her presence seemed to permeate every corner of the building, casting a pall of melancholy over the once vibrant establishment. Staff members spoke of objects moving on their own, doors slamming shut without explanation, and the faint scent of roses lingering in rooms where no flowers had been placed. But Elizabeth's ghost is not the only spectre said to haunt the Carlyle Inn. Over the years, numerous accounts have emerged of otherworldly encounters involving shadowy figures, disembodied voices, and inexplicable phenomena. One particularly chilling tale involves a businessman who checked into room 213 during the 1920s. After retiring for the evening, he was awakened by the sensation of someone sitting at the foot of his bed. When he turned on the light, he found no one there, but noticed that the chair beside the window had been moved slightly, as though recently occupied. Throughout the night, he heard faint whispers coming from the corner of the room, though no one else was present. By morning, he fled the inn, refusing to explain why. Another recurring legend centers around the inn's basement, which housed a makeshift speakeasy during Prohibition. Patrons who ventured downstairs reported feeling an oppressive weight pressing down on them, as though the air itself was thick with despair. Shadowy figures were often spotted lurking in the dimly lit corners, while disembodied voices muttered unintelligible phrases. On several occasions, staff members claimed to hear the clinking of glasses and the muffled strains of jazz music emanating from the empty space, despite the fact that no events had been scheduled. What sounded like laughter and applause, as well as thermal images of figures standing motionless before vanishing into thin air. Modern visitors to the Carlyle Inn continue to report unsettling experiences that defy rational explanation. Tourists staying overnight describe waking to find their belongings rearranged or missing entirely, only to discover them later in unexpected locations. Others recount seeing apparitions of elegantly dressed men and women gliding through the halls, their forms flickering like candlelight before dissolving into nothingness. Even casual passers-by have reported catching glimpses of ghostly figures peering out from the windows, their faces obscured by shadow. These encounters lend credence to the belief that the inn operates as a liminal space, a threshold between worlds where the dead continue to seek solace or closure. Paranormal investigators have long been fascinated by the Carlyle Inn, conducting numerous expeditions in search of answers. Using tools like infrared cameras and digital recorders, researchers have captured compelling evidence suggesting the presence of unexplained phenomena. Audio recordings revealed disembodied voices whispering lines from forgotten conversations, while thermal cameras capture fleeting images of figures standing in doorways or peering from behind curtains. Even seasoned skeptics admit to feeling an undeniable shift in energy when stepping onto the property, as though the weight of countless tragedies hangs heavy in the air. What makes the Carlyle Inn uniquely terrifying is its ability to blur the line between luxury and horror. Its elegant architecture and rich history create an atmosphere of refinement that belies the chaos lurking beneath. For those who dare to stay the night, the experience is akin to stepping into a nightmare, one where the comforts of modernity coexist with the chill of the unknown. Shadows seem to stretch unnaturally, sounds distort unpredictably, and the very walls appear to breathe, as if the inn itself is alive and aware. To visit the Carlyle Inn is to confront not only the supernatural, but also the enduring scars of human ambition and folly. Each creak of the floorboards, each groan of the aging beams, serves as a testament to the countless lives shaped, or ended, by this historic landmark. Whether you attend a tour or simply wander its hallowed halls, the Carlyle Inn demands respect, not just for its artistic legacy, but for the restless souls who call it home. As you take your seat in the grand ballroom or peer into the shadowy corners of its corridors, remember, the luxury you see may be more than just admiration for the living. It could very well be a masquerade for those who never left the stage. The Casadaga Hotel, where spirituality meets the supernatural. Nestled in the heart of Central Florida, the Casadaga Hotel stands as a paradoxical beacon of mysticism and menace. Located in the spiritualist community of Casadaga, often referred to as the psychic capital of the world, this historic lodging has long been a sanctuary for those seeking enlightenment, healing, and communion with the spirit realm. Yet, beneath its serene facade lies a darker narrative, one where the boundary between the living and the dead grows perilously thin. For over a century, the Casadaga Hotel has welcomed guests seeking guidance from mediums and psychics, but many leave with more than just answers. They carry with them memories of encounters that defy explanation. Founded in the late 19th century, Casadaga itself is steeped in spiritualist traditions, attracting individuals eager to connect with departed loved ones or uncover hidden truths. The Casadaga Hotel, built in the early 1920s, quickly became the epicenter of this metaphysical movement, offering accommodations to pilgrims and curious travelers alike. Its cozy rooms, adorned with vintage furnishings and warm lighting, exude an inviting charm. However, the hotel's history is punctuated by tales of tragedy and loss, lending it a haunted reputation that intrigues and unsettles visitors to this day. One of the most enduring legends centers around the spirit of a woman known only as the Lady in Lavender. Described as a former guest who met an untimely demise within the hotel's walls, her presence is said to linger in room 23, where she allegedly committed suicide after receiving devastating news about her family. Guests assigned to this room have reported hearing soft sobs emanating from the bathroom, accompanied by the faint scent of lavender perfume wafting through the air. Some claim to see her reflection in mirrors, her mournful expression catching them off guard before vanishing without a trace. Others describe feeling an inexplicable chill, as if her sorrow permeates the very fabric of the room. Beyond room 23, the hotel is rife with paranormal activity that transcends individual spaces. Employees and patrons alike recount eerie sensations as they navigate its narrow hallways and creaking staircases. Many describe feeling an unseen presence brushing against them, or hearing whispers calling their names when no one else is around. One particularly harrowing account involves a housekeeper who entered an empty room to tidy up, only to find the bedcovers neatly folded back and a pair of slippers arranged perfectly at the foot of the bed, as though someone had just vacated the space. When questioned, she swore she had never touched the items herself, nor had any guests been present in the room prior to her arrival. The hotel's dining room and lounge areas are not immune to spectral visitations either. Patrons seated near the fireplace have reported seeing shadowy figures seated across from them, their forms flickering like smoke before dissipating into thin air. Waitstaff described trays tipping over without cause and dishes rattling on shelves, despite the absence of vibrations or drafts. On multiple occasions, musicians performing in the lounge have recounted instances of instruments playing themselves, strings vibrating softly as though plucked by invisible hands. These occurrences contribute to an atmosphere of unease that permeates the building, reminding everyone present that they are not alone. Paranormal investigators have long been drawn to the Casadaga Hotel, eager to document its spectral activity using advanced tools and techniques. Teams equipped with EMF meters, infrared cameras, and audio recording devices have captured compelling evidence suggesting the presence of unexplained phenomena. EVP recordings revealed disembodied voices responding to direct questions, while thermal imaging footage captures fleeting heat signatures appearing and vanishing without warning. One particularly chilling episode involved a team member who set up a camera in the hallway outside room 23. Upon reviewing the footage the next morning, they discovered a translucent figure standing motionless in front of the lens, its face obscured by shadow. When approached, the figure dissolved into mist, leaving behind only silence. What sets the Casadaga Hotel apart from other haunted locations is its juxtaposition of spirituality and fear. Unlike abandoned asylums or battlefields, this site thrives as a living, breathing entity, welcoming guests with open arms while simultaneously challenging their perceptions of reality. For those who come seeking solace or enlightenment, the experience can be both transformative and terrifying. Mediums and psychics who frequent the hotel often speak of heightened sensitivity to energies, describing waves of emotion crashing over them as they walk its halls. Yet, even the most seasoned practitioners admit to feeling moments of profound discomfort, as though the spirits here demand acknowledgement, or perhaps revenge. For modern-day visitors, the Casadaga Hotel offers a tantalizing opportunity to explore the intersection of faith and the supernatural. Whether attending a séance led by resident mediums or simply spending a quiet evening in one of its storied rooms, guests are invited to engage with forces beyond comprehension. Yet, amid the allure lies a sobering reminder of humanity's fragility. Each creak of the floorboards, each groan of the aging beams, serves as a testament to the countless lives shaped, or ended, by this historic landmark. To explore its haunted grounds is to confront not only the supernatural but also the enduring legacy of a community dedicated to bridging worlds. As you step into the Casadaga Hotel, whether seeking answers or simply curiosity, remember, the spirits here are not mere figments of imagination. They are echoes of lives lived and lost, tethered to a place where the veil between worlds grows thin. Should you feel a cold hand brush against yours or hear a whisper carried on the breeze, do not turn away. The spirits of the Casadaga Hotel are watching, and they're waiting. Echoes of Florida's haunted legacy. As we bring this chapter of our haunted journey through Florida to a close, let us pause to reflect on the myriad stories that have unfolded before us. From the spectral corridors of the Carlisle Inn to the enigmatic depths of the Devil's Millhopper, from the swirling energies of the Casadaga Hotel to the timeless vigil of the St. Augustine Lighthouse, we have encountered a tapestry of terror woven with threads of history, emotion, and the supernatural. These places are not mere relics of the past. They are living monuments to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of memory. They remind us that the past is never truly buried. It breathes, it whispers, and sometimes it screams. This exploration of Florida's haunted heritage is far from over. In future installments, we will continue to delve into the shadows of the Sunshine State, uncovering more chilling tales and forgotten legends. Whether it's the remnants of Civil War battles, the scars of colonial exploitation, or the secrets buried beneath its sprawling wetlands, Florida holds mysteries that continue to haunt those who dare to explore them. Each location we visited in this series carries its own unique brand of dread, offering glimpses into the lives and deaths that have left their mark on these grounds. Along the way, we've heard first-hand accounts from witnesses, examined evidence gathered by paranormal investigators, and unraveled the legends that keep these places alive in infamy. For now, thank you for joining us on this journey into the haunted heart of Florida. Keep your lanterns lit. We'll see you soon.